Hello everybody, today's the trade cap for January 9th, 2026, and today I took one trade on Tesla. So today is a Friday, so what does that mean for us options traders is that it's very, very volatile on a Friday when you're trading weekly contracts because they expire on Friday because Friday is the last day of the week. So these contracts act like they're 0 day expiration contracts. So if you ever played QQ and SPY, they're very, very, very volatile. And sometimes they're even more volatile because how big some of these movements are on these names that you're trading, right? Because you want to trade names that have momentum and volatility. And so if you do get the move wrong, then when it does come down, it's going to be a pretty big move usually. So you have to understand your risk and your reward very, very well on these names, right? I'm not going to talk too much about the risk and reward, right? Because this is a trade recap, not like something else recap. So I'll just talk just about the trade. So what I see, right? So I saw that in the first 5 minutes of market open, we were just chopping around, very nothing too crazy. And also in the Discord, I'm just alerting. I don't like I'm doing these alerts mainly not because of I don't want to be an alert bot. Like I don't want to be known for my alerting and all that shit. I just want to be this just for like for it to be documented, right? So if I ever want to do anything bigger in the future, everything's documented and I have proof, right? Because you can't really bullshit you can't really bullshit wait, it's the wrong day. You can't really bullshit like, you know, 4 months of like winning, you know. So look, so first I had AMD, then Meta calls on watch, and then Meta already had a big move, so I was interested after that, right? So we had a big pop on Meta, and then every day looks trade back to trade, right? And then Tesla calls on watch, small Saturday Friday, right? And Tesla calls, so right, that's just like to show that I entered, exit, and kind of called it out. And so, what I see on Tesla specifically, so the entire tech sector, right, was pretty dog shit, right? So like we're chopping around. Nvidia looks horrendous, right? Just chopping around after that big downside move yesterday. Yeah, big downside yesterday. We were shopping around. Amazon were shopping around. Apple chopping around. Google, we had some kind of relative strength, right? Why? Because like we're kind of bullish on the higher time frame on Google, so we kind of did have that higher time frame momentum. And then AMD, very, very choppy. And then Tesla, we kind of had relative strength, right? So see, the name I traded is also very, very good intraday and later. Like if you look at the entire week's names I've traded, like all of them have insane moves later in the day because like I know what name is strong and what I'm trading is strong, right? So that's like the key, like one of the key concepts that I need to have to be profitable is like the name I choose has to have relative strength or relative weakness. You know what I'm saying? Like it has to be stronger or it has to be stronger or weaker than the market, or it can be with the market if the market is strong, right? So let me go back to this. So what I see here, so QQ inspired shopping. While I saw Tesla came down to these lows, and nothing too crazy. I had nothing really marked on Tesla, right? I saw that came down low. We were like we're consolidating up. So I was interested in Tesla if we can break above our previous day high, which was this level over here. So pretty much high of day of this level. I just want to see us just break this name of strength or have a nice pullback or consolidate with strong price action, right? And showing that we are holding this level for a move to the upside, right? And TP would have been a pre-market high break, right? Or if I wanted to be even more pickier on this name, right? Because then you could go spiral dog shit. I could have waited for us to go been above test a bit above pre-market high, right? So if I did wait, right, then there's really no entry right here. We had no confirmation, no strong price action, nothing supporting here. But on this re-entry, right, we could have technically entered off this second entry, right. This pullback right here off this order block is really, really nice, plus fair value gap. So this is a nice entry right here, right. You could technically, I was looking at this actually, but I didn't enter. I even called it out, right. So pretty much like what 1 to 4 hour pretty much bond on Friday. This move, right, this $4 move up here is going to be like what $4 move, how much would that be? It would be what, 70-80% move probably, like depending on the contract, right? And this move down here you probably lose what, 25%, depending on how sharp the move down is. So like, it's a pretty good risk to reward move. Like that's why, wait, what are you talking about, bro? Okay, let me just get into a trade, right? So entered off this price action, right? Just showing that we defended this level multiple times, right? Up this previously high level plus this 437. Stop loss below this level, right? TP gonna be this pre-market high break, simple as that, right? Of course, I had my TP kind of up here, but this was not like an actual TP. I just had a TP at 440 just because I wanted to see it 440, just a psych number. But of course, my first skill on a Friday is gonna be that pop of high of day, right? And of course, a pop of pre-market high. And what's this other level? Oh, I know this other level. Yeah. Okay. I won't talk. This other level is also key level, right? This is hourly high level. I don't really care, right? But also this hourly high level, right? We see this is a good TP. So we had a strong candle closure above hourly high level plus pre-market high level. So this right here to here was like a what, 50, 55, 60%. And unfortunately, my trim was pretty shit. Like I remember I got market filled at like 140 something, and then it like went up to 170. So like, bro, it's just so much money was left on the table. it's just so like you know, like, Asia is what it is, bro. That's not between markets on a Friday. It's so volatile. Like it's just so much. Like I should just limit sell honestly. Like no, but you can't like I don't know. I don't know. I'm just gonna play at this point. But do I have anywhere? Let me see this. Right. So this is the this month's P&L. So pretty much like right everything is also recapping everything. So 100% win rate month for now, right? And literally only one trade, one trade, one trade, one trade, one trade. Sometimes I'll take two trades, right? Where the first trade will fail, right? And I'll only lose like what, like less than 15%, 10%. Second trade, I'll like make break even maybe or more, right? That's usually what happens if I take two trades, right? Because normally I don't like taking two trades, even though because if I have the first trade as a winner, then I like taking a second trade, right? Unless it's a lotto, and or then I'll like size very very small and just have then like if like let's say for example, right? I'll make like $3,000 on a trade, right? If I'm gonna size in for another trade, I'll only like put in $1,500, right, or $1,000, or buy like 10 contracts, like you know something small. I don't want to really ruin that momentum I have because momentum is a real thing in these P&Ls. Like the momentum actually is a thing because when you know you're on a, you're a winner, right? You want to stay a winner, you know. So you're only gonna take good setups, right? So yeah, so this is the trade cap for today. I mean, pretty simple day, right? We just literally saw that we were basing up, making higher lows, higher lows. So after I saw us basing above this previous high, after this like clear uptrend, right? After we came down these lows, I just entered calls, right? Stop loss below a key level, and then just TP above like pre-market high, and then just continuation. So see, because I knew that his name had relative strength, I played it. Look how we came down here, defend these pre-market lows, while SPY came down these lows. And so when SPY and QQ had a reversal, Tesla had a reversal too. So that shows that we had strength in Tesla specifically. Like why? Like people might say it's nothing crazy because SPY and QQ reversed, so Tesla's gonna reverse. But all the other names didn't do shit when SPY and QQ reversed, right? Like, look at this. We're still in range, right? Amazon, of course, listen, because Amazon, of course, had higher time frame momentum, right? Amazon, the higher time frame looks really, really good. So I'm not surprised that we kind of like, you know, we kind of had like this buying pressure, right? Because you know now Amazon look really good for the upside. So I could see myself trading Amazon next week, right? Amazon next week to the all-time highs, right? I can see Amazon being at all-time highs next week at I think 260, yeah, so near 260. So but look at this. Apple, like nothing. We're still in range. We literally just came back down. We're shopping around. Google, nothing crazy, right? AMD, AMD like nothing crazy too, right? We kind of had a nice recovery off these pre-market lows, but like the only move I could see on AMD was if we when we broke below our pre-market low, right? Pre-market low right here. This was a setup I was actually looking at, but I think I was in the Tesla trade, so I didn't really look at it too much. And other names, right? Let me actually put Meta up here. I'm just talking now. The trader cap's pretty much done. I'm just like looking at the market now. Right, Meta, right, didn't do anything. Ooh, we had some nice like liquidity sweeps, right? We had nice bounce off pre-market low off Meta, on AMD, on Tesla, like pre-market low, pre-market low, pre-market low right here, and then on Tesla and I mean on SPY and QQ. I mean not QQ, but SPY itself had a pre-market low sweep. So I'm surprised that like all like so many names had like the exact same sweep at the exact same like level, like you know, like the same pre-market low level. So so you know, and I'm gonna say like you guys know like, or maybe if you're new you don't know, but like like my like strategy is a majority discretionary, right? But it's based around key levels and price action. You know, literally I want to see strong price action and us holding a key level. It's literally that simple, right? It sounds actually pretty simple, but it's actually not simple, right? You have to actually be patient, wait for a name that is strong relative strength, relative weakness, and maybe I'll make strategy videos in the future because I don't have a set strategy. Like you guys see me like doing different things, but like in the end, every single trade I take, key levels and price action involved. That's why I just say key levels and price action because I do have like five different setups you could say, right? But like all five of them rotate around key levels and price action. And that's the fundamentals you have to learn. So if you can learn those, then whatever system you want to learn or setup you want to learn, they're gonna always involve those two, or maybe not the key levels sometimes, but price action is always right. Key levels for me is like my edge a little bit because I've mastered like key levels and the price action around it, or I think I've mastered it, right? Or not mastered. I think I've done like pretty good at it. So yeah, that's a trade cap for today. Um, I don't think I missed out on anything, right? So yeah, so really, really good week to 2026, right? this month is looking really, really good. We're at all-time highs on SPY QQQ, so I expect us next week to have some sort of news, right? That'll push us all-time highs, or we might just gap up above all-time highs, and then I expect us to chop around. I expect us SPY QQQ to I expect SPY. I'm just expecting, right? This is nothing. I'm not like saying it's happened. I'm just saying this is what I expect, right? Just from previous just from my market experience, I expect us to be above all-time highs next week, right? Or we'll have a very, very sharp drop today and we'll close down below. But if we do open up all-time highs next, expect us to chop around on the Monday, right? No news Monday. Actually, I'm not sure about the news we have, but if it's a no news Monday, expect us to chop around, and then I'll be able to see which name has relative strength, relative weakness. I expect Amazon to have relative strength on Monday, depending how it closes on the entire time frame. But you can never predict things. You always want to like you always want to see what happens and then base off that, right? Because price is always king, right? You want to see what price is doing, right? You can always have watch lists and like if this happens, but like you always want to see what is actually happening, right? You can so having like a pre-market plan is not bad, but it's it doesn't really matter if you have one or not if you know what you're doing, because like you can have a plan, but then the complete opposite can happen. So you have to be able to adapt, right? Is like it's pretty simple. You can like have a watch list like I'm looking for Tesla above this level, AMD above this level, and then we absolutely dump, and then you have to be able to adapt, right? So not every so a pre-market plan is most of the time useless, but it's always good to have one if it helps you. You always want to do what helps you. So yeah. That was a trade recap and 11-minute long video. So if you guys have any questions, just join the Discord and just type in the questions chat. I'm telling you guys, like, bro, you guys can ask me so many questions. Like, instead of like I have so much information. Like, if you guys need help or you're confused, or you can like ask me why did I lose this trade or was this trade good. Like, bro. Right now I'm in my I don't even know. I just on my computer way too long every day. So if you guys need help, I don't mind helping because I like trading. So yeah. I don't know if anyone's gonna watch till the end of this video. So I'm just chilling now. What's a 11 12 minute long video now? Holy. Okay. I'll see you guys next video. Peace.